There's something undeniably eerie about the idea of sleeping above a dead body without knowing it. This urban legend, often told with a mix of horror and disbelief, usually involves a couple checking into a seedy motel. They notice a foul odor in the room but decide to stay the night. In the morning, they complain to the hotel staff, who discover the source of the smell, a decomposing body hidden under the bed. This gruesome tale is not just an urban legend, it has actually happened multiple times. One of the most notorious cases occurred in 1999 in Las Vegas. A German couple checked into a budget hotel off the Strip and immediately noticed a terrible smell. Despite their complaints, they were told by the hotel staff that it was just a temporary issue. The couple tried to endure the smell, but after a sleepless night, they insisted on switching rooms. When the hotel staff investigated further, they discovered the horrifying truth. The body of a woman had been stuffed into the box spring of the bed. The woman, later identified as a local sex worker, had been murdered by a previous guest who then hid her body under the bed before checking out. The couple had unknowingly slept just inches above the decomposing corpse. Similar incidents have occurred in other locations, including Kansas City, Missouri, and Atlantic City, New Jersey. In each case, the victim's body was hidden in the bed frame, and the guests only discovered the truth after enduring the unbearable stench for hours. The legend of the dead body under the bed serves as a chilling reminder of the potential horrors that can be lurking just out of sight. It's a story that plays on our fears of the unknown and the macabre, and the fact that it has happened in real life only makes it more terrifying. Clowns have long been a source of both entertainment and fear. For some, the painted smiles and colorful costumes evoke joy and laughter. For others, clowns are the stuff of nightmares. The urban legend of killer clowns takes this fear to the extreme, telling of clowns who lure children into their vans or homes only to harm them. The legend gained widespread attention in the 1980s when reports of men dressed as clowns attempting to kidnap children began to surface across the United States. These stories were often dismissed as baseless rumors or mass hysteria, but in some cases, they were horrifyingly real. One of the most infamous cases occurred in 1990 in Wellington, Florida. Marlene Warren answered her front door to find a clown holding a bouquet of flowers and balloons. As she smiled and reached out to take them, the clown pulled out a gun and shot her in the face. Warren was rushed to the hospital but died from her injuries. The case went cold for nearly 3 decades, with investigators unable to identify the killer. Then, in 2017, new evidence and DNA technology led to the arrest of Sheila Keene Warren, a woman who had been having an affair with Marlene's husband at the time of the murder. Sheila, who later married Marlene's widower, had allegedly disguised herself as a clown to carry out the killing. The case shocked the community and added a new layer of fear to the killer clown legend. The fear of killer clowns resurfaced in 2016 when a series of creepy clown sightings were reported across the United States and other countries. People dressed as clowns were seen lurking near schools, chasing children, and even wielding weapons. The sightings sparked a wave of panic and led to multiple arrests as well as warnings from law enforcement. While many of the 2016 sightings were hoaxes or pranks, the underlying fear was very real. The killer clown legend taps into a deep-seated fear of things that are not what they seem, transforming something meant to be innocent and fun into a symbol of danger and malevolence. The legend of Polybius, the mysterious arcade game that supposedly drove players insane, is one of the most enduring urban legends of the gaming world. According to the tale, Polybius appeared in a few arcades in Portland, Oregon in the early 1980s. The game was said to be incredibly addictive, with players reporting strange side effects such as amnesia, hallucinations, and night terrors after playing. Some even claimed that the game was part of a government experiment, with men in black coming to collect data from the machines. The story of Polybius has been widely debunked as a hoax, but like many urban legends, it has its roots in real events. In the early 1980s, several teenagers in Portland did experience adverse effects after marathon gaming sessions. One of the most notable cases involved a young man who collapsed and suffered a migraine after playing for 28 hours straight. The intense graphics and rapid gameplay were thought to have triggered his episode. At the same time, the FBI was conducting investigations into arcade games that were being used for illegal gambling. Agents were seen visiting arcades and collecting data from machines, which may have contributed to the rumors of government involvement in Polybius. Despite the lack of concrete evidence that Polybius ever existed, the legend has persisted, fueled by internet forums and conspiracy theories. It has become a part of gaming folklore, inspiring documentaries, fan-made games, and even appearances in popular media. The Polybius legend speaks to the fear of the unknown and the dangers of addiction. It plays on the idea that something as seemingly innocuous as a video game could have sinister effects, tapping into anxieties about technology and its impact on our minds. While the game itself may be fictional, the fears it represents are very real, making Polybius one of the most fascinating and enduring urban legends in American culture. The story of the Green Man, also known as Charlie No-Face, is a tale that has been passed down through generations in western Pennsylvania. According to the legend, the Green Man was a man with a horribly disfigured face who wandered the roads at night, causing streetlights and car engines to malfunction with his mere presence. Some versions of the story even claimed that he glowed with an eerie green light, giving him his nickname. The truth behind the legend is both tragic and poignant. The Green Man was a real person named Raymond Robinson, who was severely injured in a childhood accident in 1919. While trying to view a bird's nest on a bridge near his home, Raymond touched a live electrical wire which sent 22,000 volts of electricity through his body. The accident left him horribly disfigured. He lost his eyes, nose, and one arm. Despite his injuries, Raymond lived a relatively normal life. However, he was acutely aware of the fear his appearance could provoke in others, so he chose to take walks at night to avoid drawing attention to himself. Local teenagers soon began to seek him out, driving along the roads where he was known to walk, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious figure. Some were kind, offering him cigarettes or beer, while others were cruel, taunting him or trying to scare him. Over time, Raymond's story became the stuff of legend. The details were exaggerated, with some claiming that his skin glowed green due to the electrical accident. The nickname Charlie No-Face was born, and the legend of the Green Man spread far beyond Pennsylvania. Raymond Robinson passed away in 1985, but his story lives on as a reminder of how easily real-life events can be transformed into urban legends. The Green Man legend is a testament to the power of human resilience and the way in which society often reacts to those who are different. It also highlights the thin line between myth and reality, as a kind, solitary man became the subject of a haunting and enduring tale. The Candyman is an urban legend that has been immortalized in horror movies, most notably in the 1992 film of the same name. According to the legend, if you say Candyman 5 times while looking into a mirror, a hook-wielding ghost will appear and kill you. The character of Candyman is often depicted as a vengeful spirit, covered in bees, who was the victim of a racially motivated murder in the 19th century. While the Candyman legend is largely fictional, it has a chilling connection to a real-life crime that shocked the nation. In 1974, a man named Ronald Clark O'Brien poisoned his 8-year-old son, Timothy, by lacing his Halloween candy with cyanide. O'Brien had taken out a large life insurance policy on his children and planned to kill them to collect the money. On Halloween night, he gave Timothy a pixie sticks filled with cyanide. The boy ate the candy and died shortly afterward. O'Brien tried to cover up his crime by claiming that a neighbor had given the poisoned candy to Timothy, but his story quickly unraveled. Investigators discovered that O'Brien had purchased cyanide shortly before Halloween and had taken out the insurance policies in the months leading up to the murder. He was arrested, tried, and eventually executed for his crime. The case of Ronald O'Brien, who became known as the Candyman, sent shockwaves through the country and fueled fears about the safety of Halloween candy. Although incidents of poisoned Halloween candy are extremely rare, the legend of the Candyman persists, serving as a cautionary tale for parents and children alike. The Candyman legend is a powerful example of how real-life horror can become intertwined with folklore, creating a story that resonates with people on a deep and unsettling level. It's a reminder that the most frightening tales are often those that contain a grain of truth, blurring the lines between myth and reality. These 5 urban legends, each with their own unique and chilling story, serve as a testament to the power of folklore and the ways in which real events can become intertwined with myth. While the details may vary, the underlying themes of fear, mystery, and the unknown remain constant. These stories remind us that the line between fact and fiction is often blurred, and that sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that actually happened. As these urban legends show, the truth can be stranger and more terrifying than fiction. Whether it's a killer lurking in the back seat, a man who walks the roads at night with a disfigured face, or a clown who shows up at your door with deadly intent, these stories tap into our deepest fears and remind us that the world is full of dark and mysterious forces. The next time you hear a story that seems too strange to be true, remember these tales and consider the possibility that the truth might be even scarier than the legend. Thank you for joining us on this eerie journey. If these tales sent chills down your spine, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories. Your support helps us, and we can't wait to explore more mysterious tales with you. Stay curious, and until next time, keep your eyes open, because you never know what's lurking in the shadows.